that now lies in wait to be discovered in the tales of D'aowVern.
Greetings and welcome, strangers and friends, back to the Strangers Guild podcast. The Tales of D'aowVern are up and Adam, but we're going to have a pretty lengthy stream today. Not anything crazy, but a couple hours. We're just going to play some D&D. My name's Caleb the Bard. I have the socials of myself and all of my lovely players in the middle of the screen here, like down there. And yeah, we're, as always, I'm going to have everyone introduce themselves. We'll do a little recap, and then we're going to get started. First, Betty.
Hi, my name is Betty. I play our bard. I don't know what his energy is. Lady M, and let's do it.
Let's do it.
Be positive.
Be positive.
Oh boy.
Okay. I love the energy we're bringing to the studio today. Sabrina.
Hiya, howdy. My name's Sabrina, and I play Naughty Thornwood. And as we all know, I have a British accent here, but I've recently learned this weekend that my Midwest is combining with a Californian accent to make some weird soup. So I'm excited to stream today.
Fantastic. Freckle.
Hello, I'm Freckle. I play our Clockwork Soul sorcerer Yarrow, and yeah, I'm looking forward to playing today.
Fantastic. And that just leaves Icarus.
What's up? I'm 25 now. My name is Icarus.
Birthday!
Death Domain Cleric Dianthus, who is presently on the moon, but it's okay, because he has wings now.
Fly down here then.
Oh, look, man, I don't know.
Head off the
You guys
moon.
are in trouble right now. Send me a carrier pigeon with a message and I'll get down there ASAP.
That would
You
be
know, the
a
only real
very
date we're
rough
in
flight.
is of Lady M. So,
That being said, for those of you that are new to the stream or just don't remember, I, as a DM, like to reward inspiration points for the players if they add to the recap, just to kind of give a little bit of a incentive, but also just a way to catch up people that are new or that missed last time. So if you would like to recap, I know that right now Dianthus is separate from the group, but it still counts as far as, you know, stuff that happened last time. But yeah, who wants to take it away?
I can give my recap, but I cannot recap the mess that you guys got into.
We got out.
yeah.
We had a heist.
And Adam, thank you very much.
Go for
out
it.
of jail. We had a plan. We broke Zehan out of jail, you know?
we
It went flawlessly.
Nordia was invisible the whole time.
Yeah.
Also, we found out that they were holding not only Zehan, but also the church guy, and cultists, which we'd never figured out why they were holding the cultists.
As well as the gnome that taught Yarrow
Anya.
their sorcery stuff. Anya, yeah.
Yes.
Got all of
And
them out.
we said, have you ever heard of a heist? Because we are Ocean's 3.
Ocean's 3. Okay.
There was also the Mystic, or something with Lady M's flower.
Yes. Nordia plucked a little petal off for investigation purposes and then was teleported somewhere else, but no one knew because Nordia was still fucking invisible. And
We
she
thought
said,
you were still there.
she said, hello, Mr. Mystic. Who are you? And then she said, not only who are you, who the fuck is Lady M? How do you know Lady M? What is going on? And Nordia got tea. Nordia figured out that Lady M is a little bit of a secret Ruth holder?
Look at the time.
That's crazy.
So
And was given a page to give to Zehan. And they returned, and Zehan agreed to help us and told us that we had basically until the next day to organize whatever we needed to get together, because after that we would be going into something we didn't super understand. And Nordia was like, you know what? I hate that people keep secrets and information. I'm not going to tell Lady M's secret. However, I am going to tell Yarrow that I know that Lady M is keeping something from us in a mind link. And then Caleb was like, are you still connected to Yarrow? And we said, oh, fuck. But we don't know if Lady M heard only Yarrow's side or if she heard Nordia's side of the conversation as well. But we do know that at minimum she is in the woods looking at us weird.
And we have to go see the Air Genasi tomorrow to go through to do something.
To save
Retweet.
you guys.
I think we're going to the moon, but I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know if we're going to the moon or to the Fey realm or what's
Or if
really
it's
going on.
Yeah, who knows?
I do want to point out that part of that was in regards to Emrys, the Air Genasi stuff. Y'all gleaned that it would
Right.
he had some sort of connection with that. So it was a combination of Emrys, information with Aruven, and then Aruven had stuff with Lady M's backstory, and then all of that came together with information about Dianthus on the moon. So,
And wasn't it like because we were like we were trying to break Zehan out because we were like, if anybody knows how to bring anybody back, it's Zehan. And Zehan was like, I know this dude who's like lives on a mountain, and
Yep.
we're gonna go talk to the guy who lives on the mountain.
Yeah, and then the only one who had any interaction with that person was Yarrow back when that freaky magic stuff was happening, and they kind of saw
him in the sky.
Yeah, saw him in the sky, dancing in the clouds. It was wild.
Yeah, he was dodging
That sounds
the
like
wizard
song lyrics.
thing. Or he was like
Solomon's-
still, right? But he was like,
All right, that sounds like the main group. Dianthus, do you want to recap yours a little bit?
I got flirted with by a tree. I remember that vividly. I have her seed now, and I'm just carrying it. Hey yo. And I learned Cal that his mark on his back that is similar to the one on my chest, that he got it from the fucking time wizard, and he wouldn't tell me why. It's fine. That's my bestie.
Interesting. Yep.
We found Dinah and Donna and Phineas, and I fought another drow. That was interesting. Almost died. It's fine. Took his head off. And yeah, I believe I freed Phineas. Cal and Donna got the shit beat out of them, but they're stable. They're okay. And I tied Dinah back up because I don't trust that bitch. And I'm not letting her out.
Fantastic. Cool. That being said, welcome back, everyone. And we are going to get started. Before we do, though, I do want to give a couple player reminders. You do get a long rest going into this day. Nordia, I want to remind you of your divination rolls. I don't know if you've done that already or not.
No, I had not. Thank you.
I'm going to say with the last session, you busted out Zehan, had some really quick heist interactions. There's going to be a little bit of a lull as far as what immediately happened when you left. And in that time, Nordia, you are asleep, and you have very similar to your dream in the very first session, with the beach and the ship where you met Donna and everything. Nordia, you are fully decked in leather and steel armor that you've never seen before. You're on a battlefield And you have this feeling of like actions are happening, attacks, blades are being thrown, but it's not you. You're not fighting these people. You are in someone else's body, as this battlefield of red, deep maroons and metal clashed with golden armor with like dark green accents. You do see in the periphery some shoulder length white hair as you are a flurry of blows. This blade is sleek and long, and as quickly as you can see it, it vanishes as you're striking down people around you. For the most part, you can't gather necessarily any face. No one looks familiar. None of these armors or flags or emblems look familiar. But can you give me a perception check?
Yeah, sure can. Sure shouldn't have. 7.
7. Even in this kind of like dream-like memory, you can't pick up many faces. It's kind of, for those of us that have dreamed before, sometimes it's hard to like gather information off of someone else's face. One thing you do realize though is as this battle kind of wages, the action goes in and out. It's a battle, but you can tell that it ranged over hours, and it gets towards the end. The troops are struggling. There's a certain level of battle in movies and in stories of lore. It starts off very aggressive and high-paced, but that last hour or two, units are exhausted. People have fallen from their horses. It's much less glamorous. And as Nordia, you in this person's form kind of look around, the last thing you see before you wake up is a soldier, a few inches taller than those around him, take off his helmet, and he puts an arm on your shoulder, and you see Gunnar with a trail of blood that goes over his eye as he nods and runs towards the ships.
I think when she sees Gunnar, she just says, Gunnar? Does it sound like her when she speaks?
No, it is distinctly a different voice. And I will say on a 7, you don't get too much more than that. But you are aware that this isn't you. And there is a sense of familiarity with Gunnar. But he doesn't think anything of it, because why would he? Someone just said their name. He just nods. Glad you made it through. And runs off.
Do I wake up? Or Nordia sits up from... I assume that she would have just basically slept where Gunnar was keeping watch of Emerus. And she sits up and immediately touches her shoulder where he had touched in the dream and looks to Gunnar.
He is awake. As you look up, you see Gunnar. If y'all remember, where he was keeping watch was a very heavy foliage had kind of encompassed Emrys in this kind of Snow White-esque kind of casket. Gunnar is awake, but he's kind of leaning against a tree in a sense of like heightened rest, if that makes sense. It's like he's on guard, but you can tell it's getting towards the end of that shift.
Nordia looks at him and thinks of the dream she had where she had ripped Donna out. And there's a tinge of something in her that she doesn't completely understand. Like, she feels like her chest tighten before she asks him, Gunnar, when you were brought here, who did you leave behind?
He kind of like, because at this point it had been quiet, just him. He kind of collects himself. I left everything behind.
I said who, Gunnar? Who did you leave behind?
What are you asking?
Nordia stands up and walks towards him and places a hand on his shoulder.
Okay.
I'm glad you made it through.
There's a second where you catch that he is trying not to respond, but you feel his shoulder and his stance tighten. You asked me how I knew what you are. You are the second person I've seen with your face.
With my face. Do you mean I remind you of somebody, or do you mean... Did I meet you before, Gunnar?
I'm fairly confident it wasn't you. But your eyes are not something one forgets.
Nordia takes her hand very quickly off of his shoulder and puts it on her chest, and instead of that tightness that she was feeling before, it's like the tension released and now her heart is running a marathon. Like, it's like you pull back the tension cord and you shot her through space. Gunnar, I want to say thank you, but I'm so confused. If that was not me, but you recognized my eyes, I don't know, I thought hearing you say your explanation would make me know more about myself, but I now realize that I know less. But I am glad that if you had to be ripped from someone important, at least you could find their eyes in a stranger.
And for those of you who don't know, Nordia, could you explain what I mean by your eyes?
Yes!
Because it's distinct.
Nordia has 2 different eye colors, and one of them is like a very like beautiful blue, and the other one is gold. And it's very much like both of them are like, it's like looking at the sky and looking at the sun. It's basically how I would describe it.
As you are kind of saying this, could you give me an insight check and an arcana check? And I'll explain what those are in a second.
Sure. Insight was a nat 20. And then arcana, I'll use this dice, was an 11 plus 5. And that nat 20 is plus 4, I believe.
Okay.
So 16 and 24.
Nordia, something you've noticed, a lot of the downtime, like Gunnar spends a lot of time as like the sentry, like the guard, like protecting people, watching over people. But part of what that allows him to do is kind of fall asleep immediately when he's relieved. So he kind of like slips down. It's still sitting up, but he falls asleep. And with that insight check, in the garden area, you see around you almost like a daydream. It's not super vivid, right? It's not as vivid as some of Yarrow's visions where they're like seeing memory. It's not quite a dream, but you do glean a little bit of where Gunner's mind goes as he falls asleep. And you see the visage of a woman in elegant red armor, same colored eyes, but there's something off. There's something off about her, but you can't quite put your finger on it.
The voice that Nordia heard, was it similar at all to the voice that she heard when she got her her dream-related ability?
It's yes, it is the same voice. I'll say with a 20, yeah, it's the same voice.
Nordia smiles and kneels down to where Gunnar has basically slid down the wall asleep, and she places a hand on his cheek. Sleep well, Gunnar. And she stands back up, and her first instinct is to grab her notebook and write down everything she just learned. Instead, when she goes to reach for it, she moves her hand back away and goes to the door, and she wants to try and find Lady M.
Okay. As we have that moment, Yarrow, where do you think you slept and find yourself this morning?
I mean, it depends. If everyone was heading back to Lady M's, they probably would have just followed with you guys and stayed there also, since Embers is there. Probably just wanted to keep an eye for themselves. So potentially somewhere in there if there's a spot for him.
Okay. I will say similar to the way it was before y'all met Zehan's group. There's kind of a natural camp that has set up around the garden, and there is some space. There's an unnatural amount of space in this garden. Like if you stand in the front of the shop, you look back there, it's not true to dimension. But you do wake up. Y'all are in that space. Nordia, you are looking for Lady M. Before that, however, Lady M, how do you think you awake, and how do you start your morning?
M probably got up before everybody else, and she slept in her room upstairs. She was like, "Kisses, I'm going to knock if you need anything, bye." And yeah, she probably got up early. She has on like this like rich royal blue gown today, and still has that same black corset with the cow's armor in it, and is currently probably in the back of the shop and is working on something or other. She has like this contraption that like is, you know what I mean, it's like glass and gold and loopy doops and like very scientific to like do like some kind of extraction from an herb that she's grinding right now in a mortar and pestle.
Could you give me an Arcana check?
Oh. What if I just said no? What if I just didn't? Okay.
I can tell you.
Oh boy. Well, that's a 15, so
15. As you get up, you feel, as you know, you kind of don your clothes, there's a moment where a single spark jumps out of the scale piece. Nothing dangerous. It's static. It is, two sheets rubbed together, out of the dryer. But as you feel it, you see out of the corner of your eye 2 piercing blue eyes as Perry awakes. Hello, Lady M.
Good morning, Perry.
Good morning.
Do you... I should know this. Do you sleep? Or are you like a shark, just like awake all of the time?
Well, I can sleep if I need to, but need in the natural sense is a little different for me.
I understand. Would you like to come up?
Lady M, as you extend your hand, the piercing blue change in image for a moment as you see dark green streaks behind Perry's eyes. And in this moment, I need either as Lady M or as you, the player, to explain how you think of Perry.
Perry is like, he's not like my pet, right? He's like, it's giving Batman and Robin, right? It's giving, you know what I mean? That's the kind of energy. And he's very much like, he's a member of the party to M, right? He's also kind of like the only sentient being that M has allowed herself to really attach to. And so he's very special to her. He's very special to her. He's my little dude.
Let's see.
He's my little guy. Why did you need to know that, Caleb?
Oh God.
Lady M, as you extend your hand, Perry, the last time that you kind of dealt with Perry, you know, they're like little diamonds, whatever. He very, you know, kind of like, and starts to like kind of wrap around your arm. But something you notice as he wraps around your wrist and your arm and goes up, he goes the entire length of your arm now. And as he rests on your shoulders and around, you realize that he's about 3.5, 4 feet long. And I will say, for flavor, if there's like a mirror or whatever the closest reflective surface is, you see Perry's eyes up to this point were like light blue with like black pupils. Very simple, pretty, but not necessarily intimidating. At this point, those pupils turn into proper snake eyes, where it's still that light blue, but the slits. And Perry has these about 2-3 inch long fangs. And as they grow, as he is sitting on your shoulder, a single diamond, much bigger than the ones before, falls out of his mouth and into your hand.
Are you okay?
I'm all right.
Is this how long have you been doing that?
I believe this is the first time.
Oh my goodness. And you're growing so big. I'm gonna like turn to the mirror and like model him, right? Are you comfortable up here? You're so big. I want you to. I don't know. I like having you, you know. But if it's uncomfortable for you,
I'm good. I'm great.
Good.
I fear I'm a little too big for the bowl you had me in. The like fish bowl type thing you were kind of putting him in. At this point, you actually look back and you see that it had cracked a little bit. Presumably in him growing, there's a light snake skin that's kind of like sitting in it.
Perry, can I save your snake skin? Is that weird?
I don't know for what, but I assume so. Sure.
Thank you. I'm gonna take it, and I'm gonna like. I just wanna. I don't know what I'm gonna do with it yet, but I want it. So I'm gonna. Yeah, I'll leave it in the bowl actually. But, well, I was. I was. You know, I'm happy you're growing so big and strong. This is very exciting for me. I was going to talk to you about something. I wanted to talk to you about something.
What is up?
I have been leaving you here because I want you to be safe. Not that I don't think you can take care of yourself, because I know you can. But now that you've grown big, and look at these giant teeth of yours, look at you. I would like to take you when we go out on adventures, and this might be dangerous and a little scary, but I promise I will take care of you, and I think you can handle it.
As you extend this, there's a gentle, not a purr as much as like a hum that starts in his mouth and extends along his body. His eyes glow blue, along with the dragon scale on your chest. But the spots on your skin where he is rested, he is white. But the spots where he is touching you glow with that gold that your eyes give off. I think I'm ready.
That is wonderful. I'm so happy to hear that. Okay, good. Well, I was just going to go downstairs. If you get much bigger, you won't rest on my shoulders because I want you to be comfortable, and eventually you'll, whatever. But I do mind if I'm just going to keep you here.
That's fine with me. It's very comfortable.
Okay, good.
There's a moment where his pleasant demeanor drops, and you see his eyes slit aggressively, and he speaks in Sylvan. Who left these scars?
Don't worry, dear. I'm sure you'll get the chance to meet them.
Very good. His eyes return to normal. Back to cheery disposition.
Well, let's get you fed. I'm going to be working on some things this morning, but nothing that should, it's not like, well, I mean, it is poison, but what I'm making this morning is the poison, so you can kind of watch me do my thing. I'm excited.
Cool. I will say you feed Perry, you start, dealing with your poisons and that sort of thing. You do come to, and we'll say for the sake of just a little time skip, the three of you are back in one space. Everything is together. I'll say, Lady M, I always forget the sleep that y'all need. Who needs 4 hours? I know Dianthus meditates.
Trance, yeah.
Trance.
I trance,
Yeah.
but yeah, I meditate for 4 hours.
Right.
But M chooses to sleep for
right.
Oh,
like a whatever.
That's fun.
Yeah, she's like, I'm out. She's like, I'm
Out for
done.
8 hours.
Exactly.
So I'll say, as Nordia and Yarrow all come to, what's up?
How much is the diamond that Perry gave me worth?
I will message you back that later.
Okay.
Nordia looks at Lady M. Come with me, please.
Lead the way.
And Nordia goes and walks towards the stairs and ushers for Lady M to walk up them first, because she doesn't want to enter her space first. It seems rude.
Do you want to go to my bedroom?
No, I don't want them to hear us.
Okay. M will lead up the stairs to the landing, but we're not going in. Not gonna go into her bedroom.
When you stop at the landing, is there a wall at the landing, or is it more open?
Yeah, it's just like a straight staircase up, and then a little turn, and then there's her door. So there's a little.
Cool. As soon as you stop, you see Nordia, there's a panic in her eyes, but not the panic that she's had when everybody's been in danger. And she looks at you, grabs the dagger from her thigh holster, and leans in and stabs the dagger into the wall next to you. kind of like leaning over Lady M, even though Lady M is so much
Taller.
taller than Noria. And she looks at you, lets go of the dagger that's now in the wall, and takes her hand and grabs your chin and pushes it like to look at the dagger.
Emma's gonna grab your hand.
What do you want, Nortia?
This dagger? What's... You look at it.
Emma's gonna pull it out of the wall and look at it.
Someone once asked me what I saw. What do you see?
If you have something to say, I suggest you say it.
I believe in you, and I believe that you would not lie to me. I do not know who I am, Lady M. And you see the panic kind of change into something else. And she realizes how close she is to you and steps back.
Emma's gonna flip the dagger so she's holding onto the blade and holding the handle out to you.
It's okay. Take it.
When you point it back out to her, all she can see is the moment that Gunnar was handing it to her in her room. And she takes another step back. You know me from here. And that's why you care about me, correct?
I know you.
She takes a really, short and sharp breath. From here.
Nortia, are you okay?
She turns and almost stumbles to sit down on one of the steps that would lead upstairs. I don't need you to tell me everything, Lady M. I need to know that
Emma's gonna come around you and kneel on the step in front of you so that she's looking at you and we're like at eye level.
I need to know that somebody, and Nordia looks like she's on the verge of tears, that somebody cares about me, who's going to be out there with us, and not someone who I do not know. And she looks at you and looks at the dagger. Do you see anything special about it?
The dagger? Or you? The answer is yes, Nortia.
I believe that I have set my heart on something that does not belong to me. And Gunnar asked me what I saw, and I was wrong. He wanted me to be her, and I was wrong.
Is he downstairs?
Lady, he is fast asleep, dreaming about what he has his heart set on. And I do not wish to disturb that.
Emma's going to sit back on her heels a little bit. And very meticulously pull the glove off of one of her hands. And you see that the skin of her hand is riddled with scars. And it's discolored, and there's like tissue connections that should not be there or should be there and are not. It is just it's evident why she wears gloves. She very slowly, like she's asking permission to, is going to reach her hand out like by her knuckle to wipe a tear from under your eye, if you'll let her.
Nordia doesn't move back or anything.
Emma's gonna wipe the tear from your eye and just hold her hand out for you to take.
She takes your hand.
I do not have to see all of you to know you, Nortia. I know you.
I am going to say this, Lady M, and I do not want to scare you. I have accepted that if we go to save Dianthus, that all these things we find ourselves doing, that any time we do it, it could be the end. That I could be gone. And I do not wish to die being the visage of somebody else. So thank you. Thank you.
She's just gonna pull you by your hand into a hug.
Lady M, can you give me a history check?
Yes, I can.
Sabrina.
History or
You're gonna make
religion?
me cry over here.
Oh.
I'm gonna do a history because that is an 18.
Okay. I didn't want to interrupt that scene. That was so good.
Mhm.
So, the effect of the dagger doesn't necessarily do anything as you present it to M. However, in that like last moment, right, in that hug, you remember a young elven girl who is in a field with flowers all around. She wears this similar to Dianthus's mask, but instead of like the harsh material, it is a single butterfly with blue and gold accents in their wings. And these elven guards are attacking, but you'll remember on an 18, you'll remember that this was a training exercise, as there's no arcane impulse from this dagger, as Nordia presents it, but you have seen it before, and you remember Clotho holding this dagger newly polished. At the time, it took on a arcane focus, and it wasn't her only weapon, but you have seen this before.
My first question is what? Oh boy. Emma's gonna kind of pull back a little bit. Put her glove back on.
You said Gunnar gave that to you?
Yes. The night we first met in the tavern. Lady M? I know the look in your eye when you know something. Do not hold from me the answers that I ask from you.
I've seen it before. A lifetime ago. And Gunnar should not have it. And I need to know how he got it.
Lady M. He fell from the sky only moments before he gave that to me. How have you seen something from beyond the sky? Who does it belong to?
My sister. And honestly, it should have been buried with her, so I don't know why Gunnar would have it.
Buried with her. Lady M, I'm so sorry.
Like I said, it was a lifetime ago. We should get going.
M, can I have the dagger back?
Yes, of course.
Nordia looks at it and looks back at you. Wounds from a lifetime ago. They can still hurt. If you wish for this dagger to be buried with your sister, I will do whatever is in my power to make that happen. If that is your wish, then that is my promise.
We should go.
We should.
As you go, you almost concurrent visuals. You remember, as you hand the dagger back, you remember a very similar interaction with your sister. Almost identical. Obviously different, different topics, but
Emma's gonna watch Nordia go down the stairs. Is Perry still around my neck? He's still there, right?
that reminds me, both of you, Nordia and Lady M, give me a perception check.
Not that. Hate
Not
that roll,
that.
though.
Not
11.
Em is very distracted right now.
Okay.
She doesn't perceive anything.
Perry's still there. No, Perry's still there.
He is? Wait.
Whoa!
I'm gonna let Nordia go down the stairs a little bit first and say to Perry,
will you keep an eye on Gunnar for me?
Of course, Lady M.
Thank you.
As you say this, because most of your shop has been kind of enveloped by these plants, he kind of slides off your shoulder, and an alcove opens up just long enough for him to go through, and then it closes.
Love it. Oh, that's my guy. Okay, and when she's alone in the stairwell, Em is gonna turn, take a really deep breath, and throw a punch at the wall as hard as she can.
Hey, yeah! Yeah!
Give me an attack roll.
Yeah!
To the wall?
Unarmed strike.
Oh,
Just-
it's
Whoa!
Go!
She is
Fight
rocked
that
by
wall.
this. She's rocked by this. Okay. Oh, 13. For 1 damage. I don't want to hit my plants though. Don't make me. I'm not hitting. I'm
you're
not. I'm not
you're not
hitting my
hitting the plants. The reason I had you make this strike,
plants.
you hear, not literally hear, but similar to thinking of what someone would tell you in a moment like this. You are getting soft. Don't lose focus, daughter.
Oh!
She's gonna shake her hand out and go back down the stairs. And hit the
Yarrow.
wall again on her way down because she's mad.
Yarrow, what are you doing? Just downstairs,
Sit.
Hanging out? Relaxing?
I think he's probably honestly just been trying to busy himself, and just try to make sure, yeah, there's the plants cocooning Emrys, but maybe like making sure the alarm spell is set at the front door. And last time the little coin,
Mhm.
right? It made stuff invisible. I try to like see if we can make that little space invisible as well, if it works that way. She like
Give me an Arcana check.
Okay. Wait. 13.
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
Yarrow, as you flip the coin and you what are you trying to do exactly? Trying to...
Last time when he left like the room Emrys is in, it made it like invisible, or it did something to hide him.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
it was, for all intents and purposes, it was a time pocket. Like, it
Okay.
made the space separate from the actual time and physical space that it took up. I will say, on a 13, you flip the coin and you're trying to create that safety, that protection, and as the coin flips and turns and as it falls, you see the plants that are cocooning Emrys diminish in size and kind of rotate, and very quickly, not like too fast, but in a gradual kind of rotation, the plants kind of fold in on itself, and Emrys is about the size of a hardcover book.
What?
Still in this cocoon, but it is a good block.
You shrunk your brother, dude? He got shrunk?
Not shrunk.
He's trying to determine if this is a good or a bad thing. Because if it's small, it's easier to hide. But I think first instinct is to kind of like panic and try to undo it. That wasn't the intent.
As you are trying to, and Yarrow, you're still kind of getting a grasp on your abilities, right? But as you're trying to pull
he's very stressed.
back, the plants seem to constrict, and as you pull it, it's still on the ground, right? Because before it was in the garden and it was life size, but the plants develop thorns and kind of give off spores as they hold him to this spot, and you're unable to lift your brother.
I hope that's a good thing. You're protected.
All right.
I hope.
As you are struggling with this, we're gonna say this magic and things are happening, but this conversation between Em and Nordia ends, and the two of them enter the garden again.
Do your plants always do this?
Let's go.
I said let go. Drop it. And I want to see if I can get my plants to unstuck.
Give me a persuasion check.
Come on, guys. Come on. Drop it. Drop it. Okay, a persuasion, you say?
Mm-hmm.
That's a 15 plus 7.
Oh my god.
So the roots and the thorns that have enshrined Emrys loosen up and form still kind of a shelf that he's being held on. But you realize, like, if you were to pick it up, you can kind of, similar to if you've ever seen a vine kind of going up a house, like it's still connected, but you are able to like pick up. But he's still the same size, and you get the idea that it wasn't the plants that shrunk him, it was some sort of magic. Because to your understanding, your plants can't shrink people.
Yara, what?
Don't know. Coins, right? That we got. I tried to flip it because at one point it hid things, and I tried to do it again, and then he shrunk, and the thorns. Don't know what the fuck I'm doing.
It's okay. Do you want to take him with us?
I don't know. I mean, it's probably safer to have him stay here. I set an alarm spell at the door, so if someone came in through the door, we would know. I feel like it might be more dangerous if we bring him along.
I think that maybe the plants had the right idea. If he's small and they can hide him, we don't need someone standing watch.
I mean, it's so within character if someone wants to stay watch. Glancing at Gunnar, because he's been...
Yarrow?
Yeah.
If you walked into a room, being who you are, and you saw just plants, you would not think to search for something they are protecting. However, if you walked into a room and saw a god, you would know that something would be nearby.
That's true, but people have magic. There's a possibility they would know he's here regardless.
And it's not as secure as you think it is. Zehan kind of walks out of the foliage.
I did not let you in. I did not let you in.
It is a nice garden, but it's not quite... It is not a castle. No offense.
Well,
God, I hate this guy. He didn't do anything. I hate him so bad.
no, Zehan is hateable. I cannot even speak the name.
He is hateable.
I just think shields are better than weapons, personally.
I have a... It's hard to explain. And Emma's gonna take out her flask. I can take him with us.
Yara's eyes just flicker to the flask, back up to you. You're going to have to elaborate.
I'm going to be very honest. The player, Bethany, does not remember how I got this item. Did I get this from Dinah? Yes. He can go in here, and then he's safe and protected. It's essentially like this casket, but it's
a casket.
Maybe we don't use the word casket.
Sorry, I mean bed. The Tempur-Pedic. It's Tempur-Pedic.
Protective.
Shell, home, alcove.
Shell.
Yep. Yeah. That was in here.
Okay.
Just trust me. I know you just have to. I'm just gonna
I'm just gonna show you.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay,
And
that is
you-
hilarious.
And I'm assuming, or well, I guess I should ask, are you opening the flask? To like, and this is with the idea, correct, to put Emerus in the flask.
Correct.
Right. You see as a wispy smoke as the little container, it grows to full size, but only for a second. Because as it does, you realize that it turns into a form of smoky mist, and it enters the flask. But you feel it start to heat up, and there's a moment where it feels like it's going to break, and then as the smoke enters the flask, red smoke exits, and in the plants in the casket, and taking up the same place, you think for a second, it's weird because the two are fighting to take up two of the same spots at the same time. And everyone sees Emerus's face, and his horns revert back to the appropriate age, but it flickers between Emerus's face and Hemlock's face, as they are both in the same state, and the stopper closes, the casket is gone, but you see that the edges of the plants, before they recede, have dark purple and red scorch marks around it, and you are holding the flask and realize that you have both Emerus and Hemlock in your hand.
This is the best day of my life. Oh yes, you're telling me Hemlock is in here?
Yeah, that's such a good day, but will somebody explain this like dimension that they go to, and that they're not together, right? Like Hemlock does not like
like what is like
to us? That's like
up there.
Remind me, I think Yarrow, you saw it too, right? Like the image of Emerus fighting Hemlock, or was that Dianthus?
That was me.
That
I
was
saw
Diane.
I
that.
think that was Diane. I don't think I saw it.
Okay.
But
Because
Cool,
he's doing the same training I went through.
Yes.
so he doesn't know, but if he immediately sees the two of their faces together, it's just I don't want him near her.
We could let her out.
Are you out of your mind?
I want to kill her so bad.
Lady.
I know. Bigger fish. I know.
I
So-
didn't say you didn't have a point.
Y'all.
If we let her out, maybe we let her out into a more dangerous container.
What did you have in mind, Marcia? I love this so
I
much.
love it.
I hate her. Let's do it.
What information do we have on Hemlock's do we know Hemlock's race and
Red tiefling.
They're tiefling.
Red tiefling, annoying, annoying, yeah.
Stole shit, tried to kill us,
thief, betrayer, yeah. I mean,
Also on the moon.
also on the moon.
I have an idea. I don't know if Caleb's gonna absolutely hate me for it.
Share it with the class. Share it with the class.
Nordia, after going to Ozzy's, definitely looked at her items that she's gotten from people and from her adventures, right? And there's one item that absolutely befuddles her, and I don't think she would have great control over it, which is what makes me nervous. But if Nordia thinks that the cloth that she carries, the handkerchief, Caleb, do you know what I'm talking about?
I think so, yes.
If she thinks that she can open and close that portal quick enough for Hemlock to be sent far away from everyone, at least for a while, she would want to try that.
I love that this
You
just
got a
became.
portable handkerchief this whole time?
I have a Well of Many Worlds, but it's a legendary item, so I don't think Nordia has full control over it. So I don't think she'd be able to get to you. You know, like she can't just teleport wherever she wants
Open
to.
it, but you don't know where it's gonna open to.
Yeah, I don't know where it will open to. The DM picks the plane of existence. And so I don't think I even have any right to even be like,
Right,
can
right.
I?
But it doesn't matter where we send Hemlock.
Fair.
Yeah, she can go wherever.
The bottom of the
She
ocean
can go
with
anywhere.
kids.
You can go
Literally.
anywhere.
Okay, I'll say this. Give me. Okay, all three of you, for different reasons, give me Arcana checks.
Oh Christ!
Funny.
Bad.
That's so funny.
Oh, that's so funny. I got
I would be so
15.
pissed if any of you end up
15,
here
okay.
with me.
10 plus 5.
I got an 8.
Yar.
I
I'm
got
so
a
sorry.
15 plus 3, which is an 18.
So, the
So
handkerchief, I'm going to say, it comes to you that it might be doable and it might work. But you all have seen Hemlock in semi-full glory, right? And Yarrow, you saw them get taken from death. That moment where Dianthus got yeeted. And although it would occur to you with those checks that even in moving Hemlock, you could put them in a different place physically. But similar to how Emerus's soul is not with their body, you gathered that was also the case for Hemlock.
God.
It's not like these two, in having them in the flask, are sentient and in the flask, if that makes sense. It is holding their material selves. But they are both elsewhere. Y'all don't know that they're in the same place elsewhere, but it would occur to you that they are elsewhere.
I don't think they can hurt each other in here. And as much fun as it would be to throw Hemlock anywhere, I think knowing where they both are is a boon.
Nordia refolds her handkerchief and tucks it back into her bag. For later then.
I will say, Nordia, and I'll break down the specifics of this after, but with that, note that it leveled up. The three of you, as I make this shift, I would like for y'all to think about your next step here, as in, like, if you want to gather anything, if you want to get anybody, if you want to take anything, that sort of stuff. But as y'all are thinking on that, Dianthus, can you roll a d20 for me?
Sure thing. Happy to. 12.
12. Dianthus, roughly 6 months have gone by.
Jesus Christ.
And you have, some ragged clothes. You do have access to your armor and your magics and stuff, but ever since that battle with the drow, it kind of takes it out of you to activate it. So for the most part, you and Cal have been going pretty much acoustic with your things, right? Just like whatever you can gather. Since that battle, you, I would presume, still have Dinah tied up to some capacity.
At the very least, her arms, her hands are tied. At the very least.
After the battle, and as Donna recovered and came to, the bone wings that she had turned into a powder and kind of disappeared. Dianthus, you and Cal, whereas up to this point you had a full set of wings that were fully capable of flight, I would say in that 6-month period, the wings had receded. And similar to the mark on your chest, you and Cal have not matching necessarily, but very similar deep marks across your shoulder blades as the wings slowly kind of decimated. Like it was kind of like watching a flower die over the course of a couple days, and then they disappeared. And so you and Cal and Dinah and Phineas have spent the last few months walking through the wilds, and Cal at this point still has that 3/4 sleeve, but he's actually taken that sleeve off, and so anytime he uses his abilities, it glows a little bit. Each of you have the simple blades that you got from that group that you attacked. At certain points, you find a river or a creek to wash up, but it is very much like cross terrain. Y'all are not, camping. It has been a bit of a grind. But Dianthus, what is, I guess, a conversation or a question or something that you would bring up? And we'll say this is at some point within the 6-month period.
Well, I definitely would have tried to pull Dinah maybe into the woods a little bit, away from the others, to talk to her. Probably very soon after having got her,
Right. What do you think you are asking, Dinah?
I am asking her to give me a reason not to kill her now.
Give me a persuasion check.
Happily. No, dog. 2 minus 1 is a 1.
Dianthus, this is one of those things where, like, if you were watching it on a show, you would see this epic moment. You finally got the person that you were chasing. You were trying to figure all this shit out, but she doesn't respond to you. She makes small snide remarks. If you're going left or right when a trail pops up, she'll give you a little sass. But like for 6 months, she has, in a stubborn sense, not given you much as far as like letting her live. But between Phineas and Cal and yourself, your collective, you just haven't figured out what to do with this person, because you do remember that she is somehow connected with how each of y'all got there.
Yeah.
That being said, both you and Cal were able to find blades from when you kind of cleaned up the camp. You found a figurine that was left after the nightmare, the horse that was on fire. This figurine it's one piece, but it's actually 2 horses. So you found that. It has some markings on it. One of the horses looks like a wild stallion, just typical horse, and then it splits, and the other piece is a decorated horse with like a saddle, kept hair, that sort of thing. You also found a ring, an amulet, and a quiver.
Was the quiver empty?
No, the quiver had some arrows and a bow. And
better. Okay.
I'll break down what those are later. But you do have some things from that battle. That being said, in this 6-month frame, y'all have encountered some scouts that you've had to dodge. There's been certain giants and beasts and different elemental factors, and Dianthus doesn't get out much usually.
No, he doesn't.
This has been enough nature for a lifetime.
Yeah.
That being said, we come to a moment where it is early morning, and Dinah, each time y'all kind of make camp, Phineas guards Dinah, tying to a tree. She usually gives you some sort of disgruntled, snide remark, but like doesn't try to escape really. She doesn't really have anywhere to go, so it's very much a we're all in this shitstorm together situation. But on one morning, this morning, you had come up to a waterfall along this river that y'all had been following for the last few months to get to where you think you need to be to get out of here. Dianthus, as you kind of turn the corner, you not quite see, because I'm not going to put it into detail, but you do come across the waterfall and Cal washing himself. You see the mark across his back, the 3/4 sleeve. He has other tattoos, less a arcane focus as those on his upper half. But how do you respond to coming up to this?
Have I seen this before in either the 6-month span here or prior? Is this new?
I will say up to this moment, you've seen like, like when you're in battle, right? Like you've seen, his arm glow, you saw like his back whenever the wings, there would have been moments as the wings were falling off that y'all probably checked each other to kind of see like
For sure.
what's going on.
Make sure it's not a wound,
But to keep it appropriate, this is the first time you've seen this much.
Ah! Oh, got it. Okay. I don't get out much. I don't talk to people a whole lot. It's awkward. To the point I think he is just very silent. And staring. Unfortunately. Listen, he has this mask. Not because he likes to look scary, but they have been told that they stare and it makes people uncomfortable to a point.
Gotcha.
So they wear the mask so no one knows if they are looking directly at them or not.
Gotcha.
They don't have that right now.
Right.
Cal.
Hold on.
Oh God. What?
I rolled a perception check.
Oh no!
Hold on. Where's the proof it rolls?
Oh no, fuck you! Fuck you! No, dude!
Dianthus, as this is happening, you see at this point, both of your hair has probably grown a good bit.
Mine would not. Mine has
Yours
stayed the same length. The whole 100 years.
Yours would though, if you remember.
I'm alive! I'm alive! That's
one
right!
of the first things that you remembered or realized is that you, for the past 6 months, have had a heartbeat.
Oh, that's right! I forgot I'm alive right now!
And there's a moment as you see Cal's hair has extended to this point, probably around his hips. He takes the blade and cuts it, but it's still past his shoulders. There's a moment where you're kind of like, oh gosh, what do I do? What happens here? And you hear a voice being like, are you going to bathe or not? He doesn't look at you. It is telekinetic or telepathic.
Oh. I'm gonna speak out loud because I'm very off kilter right now. In broad daylight.
This is the point in the morning, like right as the sun's coming up. Cal walks off, kind of puts on kind of a makeshift towel. There's these big like banana leaf type things that he's kind of like folded. And he turns back to you and is like, do you remember the other waterfall?
What about it?
Well, Just kind of looking around. I think this one is more healing.
What are you implying?
You notice, and I will say with your like clerical ability, Cal got multiple arrows, swords, and at one point he had a spear go through his chest. And as he's standing here, like the water is, he's not directly under it as before, as he's not bathing necessarily anymore.
Right.
But he steps forward, and you realize that the scars that you had tried to heal and that hadn't over the last, probably at this point, 5.5 months, are almost completely healed.
I am going to probably, all right, one track mind, approach and like just start the spaces that I can either still see faint marks of or that I knew were really bad wounds. Literally physically check to see, is it an illusion or is it actually healed?
As Dianthus, you check. The scars, for how grotesque they were before, would have been elevated. Like if y'all have ever seen scarred material, it extends. But you feel the mark on your chest kind of burn a little bit, and you actually feel, even though it hasn't been visible, you remember that Dianthus has scars across his eyes, and you feel that burn in a way that is kind of like aloe vera. It's like a soothing kind of burn. But as your hand touches, the scars are still there, but they are only visual.
Did you know that before or after you walked under the water?
Well, I found out just now.
That's good then.
Believe it or not, this was not a ploy. I had just come across this before you got here.
Mm-hmm.
So I ask again. Do you need to rinse off? I can go.
You've known me for years. You don't have to do anything you don't want to do.
Okay, fine. There's a moment where he reaches, at this point y'all are both under the waterfall, he reaches above you. Like his arm kind of extends over your shoulder. You do remember he is a bit taller than you.
Oh, I'm short, yeah.
Yeah.
Short king, rise, yeah.
Short king. The hand, as it extends like past your cheek, he grabs a piece of stone and puts it in your hand. He's like, this mineral is very good for the skin. And he walks back to check on Dinah. As he does so, he kind of, with a sort of like mage hand type effort, kind of flicks, and you see the clothes kind of like come back on as he kind of shakes his hair and walks out back to the camp.
Tell me, is this behavior new?
Give me a history check.
Alright. Oh, damn, I'm good. Hold on. Woo! 22.
I will say, Dianthus, this moment is the first time when your observations of your interactions becomes potentially more than just two bros fighting monsters
Dudes.
together, two dudes being
hanging
dudes.
out, two fellas being dudes. Yeah.
And you, like yes, y'all have always been close, but in the last few weeks, there's been little moments that Dianthus has not picked up on, where there's been a, like, for all intents and purposes, the two of you are stuck on an island together. And you feel the mind link break as he gets out of range. He gets back.
Interesting. Okay. Yeah. Oh, it's been 6 months. He's gonna think about it. And then he's gonna bathe while thinking about it. They're gonna have a talk. He doesn't know when, but they have to. So after he's finished, and he's properly dressed up again, he is going to try and go find Cal, but if I find Dinah first, then that is also fine.
Give me a investigation check.
Sure thing.
This isn't super difficult. It's just to kind of see who you come across.
18.
18. Okay. Also, give me a charisma saving throw.
Oh. Can it be wisdom? Please? Pretty please? Pretty please?
Nope.
Fuck.
Charisma.
4.
4. Dianthus, the last thing as you're kind of like collecting yourself, as I said, there's these moments that have come up with Cal that are strangely non-survival oriented. And for those of you who don't have anxiety, no, just kidding. But no, that like sometimes there's this feeling of when you're like really embarrassed and you like try to block stuff out.
Uh-huh.
But there's a moment where you are like kind of putting all these things together, and in an odd and mistimed moment, you remember not the time with Cal, but in a quick, invasive flash, remember holding Yarrow after he had drowned.
Oh. Yeah. Uh-huh.
And that is the moment that the mental connection drops between you and Cal.
Ah! You ever be 100 years old and have your gay panic? Yeah.
That being said, Dianthus, I will say on an 18, you very quickly kind of gather that Phineas and Dinah are still asleep. Cal gets back, he's breaking down the camp. You hear something in the close distance, not approaching the camp, but you hear a snarl.
That's great.
And the sound of a light patter as you gather that a group of people of some sort are running from something.
Ah! Towards us?
Not exactly, like towards you, not straight for you, but they are running by.
I'm gonna beeline it for Cal. Drop whatever we don't have. Time to go.
The others are not awake yet.
I'll get him. Wake Phineas. I got her.
Okay. As you split up, trying to wake them up, you turn, and for the past few weeks, there's been less Fey fuckery with the forest around you. But in this moment, as you turn around, you see a group of 4. There is a young girl. Well, there's 3. There's 3 young girls, and they are running from this beast. And there is a regal-looking man that is running, but also keeping himself between the 3 and the beast. As
Oh God, what are you throwing at me?
this little guy
No!
breaks through the trees.
No! Oh! Yeah, let's go.
Dianthus, I need you to give me a d20 roll. I will say add your spellcasting modifier, and Lady M, can I have you roll a history check for me?
What the hell? What the hell?
14.
That is 23.
So I know it seems scary for me to throw something like that at you.
Yeah?
But something that at this point I've touched on a little bit. The timelines, the way that things work here is all fuckery. Dianthus, you make quick work of this beast as you and Cal flank it very quickly. Blades fly, and it, like, as quickly as it appears, there's this moment of like fear, but also you two have been fighting things in the woods, getting more powerful for months now. Lady M, you remember a trip in the forest where your father took you away from your typical training because he wanted to bring y'all to his favorite watering hole. On the way, a beast jumped out and attacked you. Your father, even though, at least in front of you, never really battled a lot, did hold his own and kept distance. Lady M, you remember two mysterious figures coming out of the trees, one of which was shrouded in shadow and bone. And you remember, even at an early age, the only one that could make eye contact with this figure was your middle sister. And you think that after this interaction, it gave her a grotesque appreciation for carnage and death. There was a moment, Lady M, as you ran, you tripped and you felt a stranger's hand. This person, however, was taller than you, but shrouded in water and dark navy, as he moved too fast for you to see him completely. Clotho, your youngest sister, was the closest to the beast. And as it jumped, you saw these two figures make quick work of him. Quick work of it. And she takes these two pieces of bark that she had been messing with for the past few months, and she puts them in Cal's hands as you see these pieces wrap around and turn into the gauntlets, the archer, or the bracers that he wears. Dianthus, you remember a moment where this very regal Fey king looked to you. He nods. It looks like I'm winning. Good work. And the four of them disappear. Dianthus, you see Cal kind of messing with his wrists. Huh.
What the hell was that?
That was very curious. Dianthus, there was a moment in that, like, y'all were fighting, and you looked over at Cal, and instead of the Cal with the markings and everything that you saw the same half-elf with younger features. And you realize that this is Cal's second time in this moment, as Cal had fought this beast before. And it seemed peculiar that it was too easy to take this thing down. But you realize that even though you may not know who these four are in this moment, Cal has been here before.
Do you know who they were?
Give me a perception check.
How's a natural 20 sound?
Shut up, dude. Shut up,
Let me
dude.
take a picture. Let me take a picture. Focus. There we go. That's a 25
gosh.
total for you there.
Dianthus, I will say with any, because this is going to come up again, just spoilers, with any sort of check dealing with the Fae, specifically the Fae High Court. From here on out, you're going to roll with advantage. So make a note of that. But also, you don't recognize 3 of the 4, but you do catch the moment where Cal catches M by the wrist, and you see on his face that he wants to say something, but he realizes that it wouldn't make sense. It would be too much. For whatever reason, he doesn't say anything as he lets them go and they disappear. But you do recognize that was M. And that is where we're going to take our break, as the two of you are just chilling in the middle of this forest.
This is Eva Clark of Colony Primus. There are 5 of us left. We don't have much time. We are en route to Outpost 1337 for NIC AP 1031. If you are hearing this, we need immediate evacuation. Please.
But we're going to come back to Yarrow. What is your immediate response after, this morning?
I think we're probably still relatively a little stressed, but easier knowing Emrys is coming along with all of them and isn't actually with the block as far as he's aware. And then probably just trying to be super aware of surroundings and whatnot, and just probably a bit on edge given everything. Still sad, but in the focus of there's a little bit of hope. There's something we can do right now, and gotta focus on doing that.
So, for the 3 of you that are together, what's your next move?
Zehan, what are you doing in my garden? Give me one good reason I should not have these plants stab you through right now.
Nordia stands in front of Zehan. I would like to remind you that the good reason is that Zehan can help us get to the edge, Nasi?
Right.
Yes. But if you'd like to stab him later, no offense, Zehan, but you can do that after.
I just turned British like you. Oh my god, that's
After.
Yarrow! Yes, right, Yarrow!
Yes. Well, I suppose I can get you all started towards whatever it is we're going for. Is it just you 3?
No. Gunnar, there's no one left here for you to protect. So I believe you should come with us. But I would like to have a word with you before.
I will say, at this point in the morning, Gunnar's got some rest. Oh, yes, lady. Of course. I'll say the 2 of you kind of step aside.
Nordia moves the slit in her dress and takes Gunnar's hand and puts it on the dagger where it rests on her thigh holster. And she says, I do not make a habit of accepting stolen gifts.
Give me a perception check.
Oh. I love Nordia's energy today.
Oh,
I
boy.
love it.
amazing.
Plus
She's cried.
2 is a dirty 20.
Dirty 20. Gunnar's face drops a little bit, but you do clock that he looks instantly offended. I have never stolen in my entire life.
Well, this dagger does not rightfully belong to me. and it does not rightfully belong to you. So what's the in-between, Gunnar?
I believe that you do not have all of the transactions in mind. It rightfully belongs to you, as it was given to you. It was given to me.
Who gave it to you, Gunnar?
It is hard to put into words. On a 20, I will say he's trying to answer you, but he can't find really like a clear answer.
Well, and Nordia only now kind of noticed that she was still holding his hand there, and removes her hand from his. I do not mean to make unfair accusations. That dagger at least used to belong to somebody very important.
This dagger, myself excluded, seems to always be in the hands of someone important.
Has Gunnar moved his hand?
No.
Ah!
Nordia looks down at Gunnar's hand and looks back up to him. And then she takes his hand and puts it against his chest. I just want to let you know that I do not hold you to any vows. You made you a ghost. Gunnar, do not use the words you wish to use on her on me. And she walks away.
As you walk, he grabs your hand. Who do you think my words are meant for?
Someone with the same set of eyes, but an entirely different heart.
You are so misinformed here. You think...
Then inform me, Gunnar. And she steps closer to him.
Just a moment. He goes out, and Yarrow, you see Gunnar make eye contact with you. You, come here.
What? Why?
Now.
Okay, he's coming.
And as you kind of step forward, he looks to M, kind of looks down, kind of like shakes his head and goes back. Yarrow, as you kind of come into this space, Gunnar directs himself back to you, Nordia. Time and place and characters are hard to keep track of, especially in a different world as I've been introduced here. Where I say you are uninformed, I mean that you believe, to my understanding, that these eyes are from a lover of mine.
I'm sorry, am I really needed in this conversation?
I don't know why
Yarrow,
he dragged you into this,
he
Yarrow.
puts a hand on your shoulder, and something, Yarrow, that you've maybe not deliberately or like consciously like done, but like a lot of these like big moments, they provide these little marbles that you've been kind of collecting as you go. And he extends a hand to you, Nordia. If I may see the dagger.
I've made a promise, Gunnar. You're not touching that dagger again.
Well, fine, but if you want answers, at least let your friend here trust me. I think...
Explain a little bit, maybe.
When Gunnar says, trust me, Nordia hands the dagger to Gunnar.
Sorcerer, I need you to use your whatever it is. As a reminder, Gunnar doesn't have magic, but he is familiar with this dagger. I need you to think of, and this won't make sense to you necessarily, but I need you to think of the most gruesome battle you've ever seen. And I believe I can show Nautia what she thinks she saw.
Okay. I haven't seen many battles, but I'll it's gonna I guess try to start.
Give me an Arcana check.
Oh great, okay. Oh no, that's fine.
It's incredible.
I'm 18.
18. Yarrow, as the dagger is in your hand, it starts to glow a maroon and forest green, as similar to the visuals of memories and different moments has popped up before. And I will say, Lady M, I don't want to just block you out of this, but if you would like to enter this space, you can. Okay. But Nordia, Yarrow, and Gunnar, you see this same battle from the dream, Nordia, that you had. But something you maybe didn't realize, or you would have no way of knowing that in the battle, in the same scene that you saw before, Gunnar is fighting. He has a big sword, like two-handed long great sword. You see the same scene of the blood and the people getting mowed down. The woman that I described is not on the battlefield. Instead, you see Gunnar with a gold radiance as he is taking down these green and gold laden soldiers, and you get the sense that he is some sort of champion or general. Nordia, it becomes apparent to you that this woman in the dream that you had was not a lover of Gunnar's, but it starts to dawn on you that she might have been a patron or a goddess who had given him the blessing in that battle. You asked how I recognized you, how I knew you were Kalashtar. Kashtai is the name of where I am from, the goddess who gave me her blessing. And in any moment that I have seen her face, it was yours.
Nordia takes the dagger back, and she puts it in the holster. What?
I do want to point out, Yarrow, Gunnar still has his hand on your shoulder.
Yeah, so Yarrow's just kind of stuck there. Does Yarrow know what Kalashtar are and all that stuff? Or
not at all.
Okay.
Girl, you're a demigod, aren't you?
Yeah, what the fuck?
News to me. I didn't hide this from you guys,
That's your
besties.
fucking mom, dude. That's your mom.
Lore drops.
Gonna unhand Yarrow.
Thank you.
Yarrow, leave.
Okay. I head back towards Lady M. I don't even want to be a part of this.
You think I come from a goddess?
That's above my expertise. But it's at least related to your situation.
I don't know what overcame me. Gonna. I did not. I thought you were raped from someone important to you.
She was important. But many people, regardless of my stature or fate, bear importance. I will say, jealousy is cute on you.
My God!
Jealousy is a strong word, Gunnar. Do I bear importance to you? And she steps closer to him.
Oh!
Gunnar doesn't move. There's a level of... He stands at attention. Soldier.
I asked you a question, Gunnar. I expect an answer.
Oh my God. I'm gonna freak out.
This has been the craziest few weeks. Of course, you are important, and as a soldier with no reign of command, I indenture my blade to you.
That's a hefty vow, Gunnar. I do not wish for you to say things that you do not mean.
Well, I would say that the nice thing with not dealing with magic, promises are just deals we make with those we care for.
Nordia takes another step closer. While I believe you are correct, Gunnar, and I make a vow, I die with that vow.
Nordia, I need you to roll a d20 for me.
Fuck. 8.
Nordia, as you say this, y'all, I am so sorry for doing this. I'm not completely. It's a little evil, I will admit. As you say this, you hear a rustle behind you as Zehan is struggling with Perry, who has, for some reason, the two of them are fighting, and Zehan's kind of like holding him by like the neck as he like kind of like bumps into y'all, and the two of them are, and he's not like strangling this snake, but like it's like lunging at him, and he's like, oh god, completely interrupting this moment.
Nordia turns to Zehan and looks at him and says, "Next time Lady M threatens your life, I will not be so kind to protect it."
It's not my fault this bloody snake just jumped up.
Leave, Zehan!
Perry kind of like wraps himself around his arms like, oh, fine. Gunnar like at this point kind of drops his stance, like opens up and is just like, sorry, this is a very weird garden.
I would like to say one more thing to you, Gunnar, before we leave. When you make a vow to me, you are not making a vow to a goddess. I hold no power to help you when you need it the most. That will not stop me from trying my best, but I am not a goddess.
I believe, like you've warned a few of our enemies so far, you underestimate yourself. And he leaves.
That's right. That's goddamn right. That's goddamn right.
Oh my god.
God. Yes, dude. Oh my god.
Nordia walks out and mind links with Lady M. He says he did not steal it. It was given to him, like he gave it to me.
By who?
He did not have the words to explain, but I believe him. I believe that he does not know. I know that is not a satisfactory answer.
I will say, just to help this interaction, at that point it becomes apparent that it was given to him by Kashtai.
Why did she have it? Okay.
But I believe it was given to him by Kashtai.
Who
By
is that?
maybe my mother?
Huh?
I do not know. We bear the same eyes. We shall talk about it later.
But it looked like you guys were in deep conversation.
Nordia breaks the mind link.
I love it here. Okay. Work.
I will say, with that like break of the mind link, it kind of turns back to the group, and it's like at that point Gunnar is scolding Zehan, Perry returns to you, Lady M, Yarrow is just kind of like, what is going on?
Yarrow's probably heading towards the lady. I'm just like,
What's up, Icarus?
Did Yarrow get a marble of the fight battle scene?
Yes.
Oh, marble.
Because I know that's why Gunnar
Wow.
was there.
Good looking. Yes.
Amazing.
Cool.
We love marbles.
Also, just curiosity. I don't know if it's registered. Does Yarrow know he's a sorcerer? He just knows he has magic.
The people without magic just have like ways to describe stuff that they don't know about. All Gunnar knows is you have some like fucked up visions that you can produce and shit. So he's just like, you're some sort of sorcerer, wizard, mage, something, whatever. That's just the word he picked.
Show this girl I like that I do not have another lover.
Please. In the corner while we make out so we have the marble for a memory.
Oh my god, Yarrow would have really just gone over to Lady M, probably just like, I don't know what's going on.
What was that?
I'm gonna vomit.
I need you to tell me everything that was in that conversation, Yarrow. I need exact words.
I don't know. I think he's trying to flirt. Or, really just wanted to show some sort of battle or something. Showing you the little marble.
Yeah, kind of like how Dianthus tries to flirt with you.
No, that's funny. No, there's none of that.
You are also cute.
Immediately, like, it's purpler.
I ain't even here to defend myself, dog.
That's not at all.
You don't need to defend yourself. You're under a hot, juicy, steamy waterfall.
Lady you hear, because Perry is back on your shoulder, you're one to talk.
Does Perry say that out loud? Like, can I hear Perry?
Yeah.
Shout out to Perry.
Want to talk.
I don't think we need to get. We're talking about.
If we're all about it, it wouldn't hurt. Just like.
Now do you want my help?
You know you would be helpful right now. Yes. Listen, we just got to get a move on.
Okay. I'll say at this point, this like moment of like, what the heck is going on, just kind of like devolves
Chaos.
into
Everybody wants to kiss everybody.
everybody wants to kiss on the mouth. Wild.
I can't.
It transitions to, if y'all remember, like last session, we were talking about Zehan was like, in the morning, we're gonna get together, get ready to go, and head towards the temple. What do y'all want to? So there's three things here. What are conversations you want to have? Things you want to like get together, or maybe like look into, like maybe whatever that looks like. And then people that you want to bring with you. What does that
We're
look
definitely
like for y'all?
bringing Gunnar and Zehan.
He needs to show us where to go.
But it
And
enough is
then-
us, right?
Yeah, and then Emrys and Hemlock are in that little. Their little.
Do we want to bring our? Well, I guess she's not our friend. She's Atlas's friend. I don't know how much she likes me, but do we want to bring our werewolf friend? I feel like that might be helpful.
Okay, so at this point, can I get a? I'll get a history check from the three of you. Let me know what you rolled.
Well, I rolled a 9 on the dice, but I do have a +7, so it is a 16.
Oh,
Nice.
okay.
I forgot that I had a +7. I saw the 9 and I was like, that was good.
I have a +5. I got a 15. I got
Okay.
an 11.
11. Okay. On your 11, Lady M, the one person you think of in this moment is D'aowVern. You're not quite sure how that works, because he just kind of like pops up places and stuff, but that comes to mind. Nordia, you brought up Sue. There's also Atlas. I'll say that's mostly what you think of. I will say with your check, because it was a pretty good check, it does occur to you that one of, or well, I guess technically two of the people that you haven't really thought to, and you've probably brought it up before, but at least in recent events brought up with, is your dad's, about your mom's situation. Yarrow, you think of Captain Adam, who was the bugbear that helped y'all out.
Yeah.
Anya, and then and there was like a couple other people that could like maybe help, but that's kind of all you really get. I will say, you also, just because y'all are literally in the place right now, you do think of D and Artie, but that would be up to you. But yeah, so like at this point, it's gonna be this day of preparation, and then just let me know who y'all would like to approach, and we'll go from there. But also, let me know if there's any other points of interest before y'all head out.
If Nordia thinks this is a super dangerous mission, she would want to talk to her dads before she left. And she would throw out bringing Atlas and Sue along, but she would basically be like, it's I know that you guys don't trust them as much as I trust Atlas, so it is to your determination.
I think Yara is very much like, if there's someone like you guys trust, he kind of has enough trust in you guys at this point with the things that they've all been through that, like, I think they'd agree with bringing along whoever you guys saw fit. But Yara would probably also recommend then Adam or Anya.
Would like if Dee wants an adventure, she feels like she's a big girl coming at us with a spear in a cave, then mayhaps would extend an invitation. But also, I need somebody to watch the shop, and Artie's a little, So I don't think you're here either. I sent them home very aggressively the last time we talked. So I think Em would want to get a hold of them, and then she's gonna try and figure out how to talk to Arven, but doesn't know how. But she would like to take some time to figure that out.
Nordia would definitely love to tell you if you'd love to tell Nordia other things.
Listen, if I okay. Emmett will do her best to figure it out, but we'll definitely yeah. I just want to sleep again. Fine.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
I will say then, if each of you can give me, we're gonna call this just kind of like a luck roll, just a d20, just to see what we got. 7.
Just a
10.
straight d20.
10.
17.
Okay. So with Nordia, I'll go with you first. And this is going to say you had the idea. You all kind of go about your business. I'm not going to say like you're being followed or anything because no one really knows where y'all are starting from or whatever. You go to talk to Atlas about maybe bringing Sue, but with the 7, I'm going to say that Gunnar insists on joining you. And so there's a awkward exchange as you're, trying to talk to Sue, but Gunnar is insisting on coming with you. And Atlas is also there and kind of like looking between the three of y'all, very concerned. And so he basically, y'all come to, Carrick will watch the shop. Sue and myself will join you. Sue also brings up that she would feel most comfortable with Cometa, which was her hippogriff, joining. And then
Yeah, sure, why not?
yeah, so with a 7, I'm gonna say Ozzy's was closed today.
Damn it.
My
main man.
And then you'll get back to the group. Yarrow, I'm gonna say you go out and realize with a 10 you don't really know where to find the people that you are looking for.
Yeah, that's true. And all the other people hate me at the moment, so I can't go to Gongli.
I will say there is an exchange between you and Gonkui where they were a little upset with you and it's like a weird type of situation. I'm gonna say on a 10, you think that you don't get anyone to come. Like you have a bunch of conversations throughout the day and you're like, well, dang, no one agreed to it. I'm gonna get to who joins you in a little bit. Lady M.
Okay.
I'm gonna say on a 17. In the back of your mind, you remember the conversation with Arven where he implied that your mother was looking for you. It also comes to you that even though you don't know exactly how it works, like you didn't get the in-depth knowledge of the flower that Nordia did, there would be a reason, but that's basically it. Zehan talks to y'all and basically says it's going to be a week of travel, maybe faster if you can get horses. And then it'll basically come out to how much supplies, how many horses, and how many people you are bringing. Zehan also points out to y'all that yes, like Ducal and the fields and like regions of the city have adventurous people, but adventurers don't go up the mountain. Up to this point, it's very dangerous. There's lots of monsters, and up until like these last couple weeks, no one's had the power to take that on. So y'all are quite literally the first group to try to circumvent the path that leads to the air temple. But yes, is there
Ain't no thing.
anything
no thing.
else y'all would like to do before leaving?
Nordia has an idea. Nordia is going to take out one of her coins and her owl statue figurine, and she's going to toss them both at the same time. And her hope is that she can, that like visual thing and the knowledge that she got with Atlas, that she can have the owl basically speed scout a route for them from a bird's eye view. If you
Bird's eye
like.
view. Give me a. Oh boy, how do I? Give me a survival check and an arcana check.
Okay, so survival is 18.
Okay.
And arcana is 16 plus 5, 21.
Your preparations are probably going to take the whole day. As sundown approaches, you flip this coin and the owl catches it, and its eyes burn gold. It lets go of the coin that falls back in your hand, goes up, and you think for a moment that it's just gone, right? Like it goes up into the clouds and just disappears.
R.I.P. Bye, little guy.
Bye, little guy. But Nordia, similar to last time, a page of your notebook starts to crudely sketch, and over the next few minutes and hours, there's a trail that starts to form at the speed of which the owl is flying towards this place. More information will be brought to you as y'all make your way, but yes, it does kind of it doesn't come back though, and you kind of get the idea that it's having to make the full flight, and it is a couple days travel. So over the next few days, more stuff is going to appear on the page, but it is an owl, so the flight it's not immediate. You don't get an immediate road map that is like, okay, all the places. But yeah.
Nordia rips the page from her notebook and hands it to Lady M. This is what I have so far. I do not mean to make assumptions, Lady M. But if anybody is going to lead us.
Zehan's like, what is that supposed to mean?
I accept.
Zehan, with all due respect, I saw you almost die by snake. That's not very
snake.
for your leadership.
That is not a normal snake. I would put my life on it.
I would put my life on it. Does Nordia have time to go talk to her dads, or?
Yeah.
Okay. After giving them all the information that she can possibly give, she goes to her dads.
Gotcha. We will come to that. The other two. What are y'all doing to prepare?
If you can't find the people to talk to, maybe just prepare whatever supplies that might be helpful.
Okay.
Yarrow is specifically not gonna go tell his mom anything ever.
Okay.
Just gonna, I guess, just prepare whatever, if we need rations to bring with us or whatever components or something. Maybe try to again look for Anya or something.
Yarrow, give me a charisma saving throw.
Oh no.
Why do you
I'm
always
good at
do
this, guys. It's okay. I have a +6.
They're a
And
charisma caster.
that was an equity! Fine,
Yarrow,
I'm
you
safe.
spend the entire day, if there was a fly on the wall of all the places that you went to, yes, you're a little nervous and talking to people, and you don't really get out of your tower all that much, but you get a couple packs from your moon tower, but each person you talk to throughout the day, you leave thinking, oh, they're not gonna help, I messed that up, whatever.
Right.
And then at the end of the day, you see and for those of y'all who didn't see Yarrow at all these places, at the end of the day, when y'all get to the edge of town, as y'all are about to leave, you hear a caravan, a kind of boisterous, kind of wagon come up, as you see Gonkui and Anya sitting and like they're kind of like gesturing at the horses. I'm gonna say Yarrow on a nat 20. You got like some really good deals as far as like rations and horses and that sort of thing, but kind of like fitting with your like disposition. Like you went the entire day thinking, dang it, like I couldn't find anyone, like I couldn't find anything. But like Zehan spent some trips after you left like a shop, or there's a stable where you were like inquiring about horses, and you had a misunderstanding where you thought they were saying no. They were like, oh well, it's going to take a bit of time, I can, you know, in the next day or two get back to you about how many we can provide, that sort of thing. And then
I was just like, it's okay, really, don't worry about it.
It's fine. And then like kind of like the entire day is just a string of you inadvertently, with your very lack of aggressive attitude when it comes to like these barterings and sales. Yeah, like Zehan just spends like the time like a shop or two behind you kind of collecting things for when y'all get you know, ready. But yeah, we'll do in the time when we actually do like the travel, I'll break down the rations and stuff.
Okay.
But
one more question too.
What's up?
The message you sent earlier, is that continued?
Yes.
Okay.
Give me.
So he's gonna be extra on alert then.
Give me a perception check. I'm gonna say with advantage.
Yay! Okay, great.
What are you looking out for, dude?
A 12 and a 17. Okay, so 17.
17. Okay. Hold on to the 17.
Okay.
I'm gonna tell you what has happened after after two things. But first, Lady M, what are you doing to prepare?
I'm gonna after M. After Nordia and Yarrow leave and Zehan and goes with them and Gunnar and I'm like by myself, I'm gonna sit down in front of my singing pool, and I'm gonna say to Perry, I'm going to try something and I need you to keep lookout for me, okay?
Okay.
And love Perry. I'm gonna take the flower that D'aowVern gave me because I want to talk to him. I want to be like, hey buddy, what's going on? And so I'm gonna put the flower into the singing pool in an attempt to talk to D'aowVern.
Okay. I need you to roll with your spellcasting modifier.
That is cock. Are you sure?
What'd you get?
11.
Lady M, as you place the flower into the pool, you recognize that Perry has made kind of like a circle around the pool. Not that he extends all the way around it.
I'm gonna reach my hand behind me and put my hand on him too, just so like if I go anywhere, I can like stay, something to keep me grounded, I suppose.
Gotcha. I'm gonna say, because everyone's like out and about and doing things, no one sees what happens.
Oh boy.
But if they did, they would see your eyes change from the gold to go glassed over purple, as Perry, for the moments that this happens, but in this moment, Perry's white scales turn to bone, and it's a ring of bone, and the grass around you dies, and as with the flower it touches, the entire shop shakes as the plants turn dark and gnarly and shelves break, and D is shaking you, trying to like get you to wake up to come back. Artie at this point has gotten pretty good with his mage hand, is trying to like save things from falling and like casting a bunch of little things to keep stuff up. You don't see that, however. Lady M, you find yourself sitting inside of what appears to be a tree. You called for me.
I didn't know how to get a hold of you, but we are going, someone needs saving. So, we're going to save someone. And it seems like you and I have a friend in common.
Which one are you trying to save?
Do I have my belongings?
That which was like immediately on you, yes.
Okay.
But you also get the feeling that this isn't like a physical thing. Like you haven't physically been brought.
Right. I'm gonna unclip the flask from my belt. They're in here, and I won't give you their name, but it is someone of importance to someone who is important to me. So we are going to fix them.
You see for a moment his eyes. Again, this is, for those of you who don't remember or weren't here for it, D'aowVern is a bard warlock with forest green, like patchwork clothes with the face skull of a deer with antlers. His weapon of choice is a very gnarly bone violin with a blade that doubles as the bowstring. As you are describing this, Lady M, his eyes turn into a deep purple flame as he looks at the flask. Which tiefling are you trying to help here? I sense two spirits.
The purple one.
The purple one. Interesting. Lover of yours?
No. A sibling. Not of mine. You know my siblings.
That I do. Huh. So, what would you ask of me?
I didn't come to ask you about that. I came to ask you about Zehan.
Ah, yes. What of him?
You know him. How?
We have, crossed blades before.
The one.
He would tell you that he did. But your mother crowned me the winner, begrudgingly.
He was there?
He was where?
In the Feywild.
Not quite. He was the place that you are going. Acts as a bridge, a terminal.
And where are we
was
going?
there. The air temple of Shunfik is my understanding. Shunfik is there, Jonathan. You are looking to bridge worlds, so to speak.
And he is a way to do that?
He is in Zehan?
Mm.
Zehan has never made the jump, so to speak. It was kind of his punishment for losing. I had to battle him in order to be free of my servitude to your family.
And here you are serving them still?
I serve myself.
I was wondering if you knew anything about the Kalishtar.
The Kalishtar, I believe that is what you will call the Dream Folk, correct?
Yes. Yep.
Interesting. Give me a persuasion check.
Come on, dude.
That's a natural 20. Hold on.
Goddamn right.
Hold on.
You're
Ah, I love it here.
goddamn right. You're
I love it here.
goddamn
I love it
right.
here. I love it here. Oh, tell me, Ben. Tell me. It's just
Y'all
some
are
girl
killing
talk.
me today. This
That's
is
so funny.
such a wild session. What the fuck?
He said, "Give us every ounce of information you have,
Tell
Caleb."
me what I want to know. Tell me what I want to know.
Okay, so Lady M, this conversation, because I could spend some time going back and
Yeah,
forth
yeah,
and you asking
yeah,
each of the questions.
yeah,
Um,
yeah.
But what I'm going to say is you're going to ask the question.
Mm.
I will answer because you rolled pretty well and he got a 1. He picks up his bow and plays, and as he does, the tree kind of forms these stories, these moments of it's like wooden, like chisels that come out of the woodwork, and he answers as he plays. The dream folk, they haven't been to see your parents in a long time. The last time they did, well, you remember what happened. As you see the face of your sister with the butterflies as she is crying blood. They are not allowed back in the Feywild.
Any of them?
Well, there's not a lot. Kalishtar are very rare. And the fact that you are asking is reason enough for concern.
I mean, anyone that I allow in can get into the Feywild.
That is true. For
So I'm not
members
worried.
of the court.
Ugh.
Like I said last time, if you wish to exercise your privileges, you will have to. And this is not me saying this. This is just a man who knows the way of the court. Your family will not allow you to just come in and go as you please.
You sound like my mother.
I spent a lot of time with her, and I'm gonna say on your 20, you see a quick vision on the back wall of a man with his long black hair in his face, with shackles on the corner of the wall, and your mother with a table of instruments. As it wouldn't be something he would willingly share with you, but your mother has given him a lot to think about, we'll say.
Yeah, I gotcha.
I am not a fan of your mother. And that is part of why I came to find you.
Would you like to come with us, Arven?
You are inviting me back to the Feywild?
I'm nothing if not a host.
Give me a moment to think on it. But as I do you have any other questions before I send you back?
How do I get in touch with you? More than this, do I just think about you really hard, or I mean, I don't quite know.
Lady M, is it they call you?
They do.
You've already done more than enough to get in contact with me. And as he says this, you feel yourself back in your body as like the light comes to your eyes. You feel Perry. Up to this point, you felt just the bone of Perry. And you feel him come back. As you pull your hand from the pond, the flower is no more, as the hand of D'aowVern holds yours, and he rises and steps from the pond, pulling you up. This is how you get in contact with me now. You expended all of the magic that I had put into that flower.
So you're just here now?
It would appear so.
Oh, so you're coming with us?
I guess that is what I am doing, yes.
Perfect. Well, make yourself comfortable. I have a few other things I'm going to do before we leave, but this is Perry. This is D'aowVern. This is my garden.
You,
Okay.
There's a moment where you look around and you realize that the only person that was here and that saw it was Zehan. He has come back with a lot of the material that Yarrow had purchased, and kind of just like bringing it back as he's like making trips. And he stands there and he's like, "Oh, you've got to be kidding me! Not this mother!" And like he gets cut off as Perry bites his foot. He's like, "Oh, damn it! Fine, okay, fine." Arvin sits, and most of the time the garden responds to those who you have allowed in that space, and it kind of like follows your hospitality. But you see that Arvin's magic is gnarlier and very skeletal. So the plants that come up as he makes contact, they form into a white kind of chair of old root. I suppose I will wait until we are going. Is there anything else you would like to do before I go to Nordia?
Go get my stuff, but otherwise, no.
Okay, cool. Well, get your stuff. We don't have to roleplay all of that. Nordia, and this will be the last thing before you all gather outside of town. What is it that you are wishing to say to your dads?
I think that Nordia, like, begrudgingly, like, has dragged Gunnar along and, like, is having him stand outside the door to, like, keep watch of all the situation. She goes to them and she says, like, I am about to do something dangerous, and before you tell me, Father, I know that you do not wish for me to put myself in harm's way, but I think that you, of all people, know who I am, and know that I have no choice but to help when somebody asks for it. And, Dad, please make sure that Father does not run himself into danger. And I am going to say something to you, and it does not mean that I wish for life anything other than the one that you have given me. You are my family. Where did I come from?
Give me a persuasion check.
Juicy. This is juicy.
Yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely. That's right. That's goddamn right. Yes. Yes. Okay,
Yes.
Let's keep going, baby.
Caleb, I wish nothing but the best for you, but I love the energy that's happening right now, so...
What is it total?
With my persuasion? How dare you? A 21.
Okay. Your father, at this point, both are in the room. I will say this conversation kind of, there's that awkward moment of like, what are you here for? Like, what's going on? You like sit down. It takes a better part of like 15-20 minutes before you get to this part. It's equivalent to trying to figure out a family history. Parents are not always the best at being forthcoming when it's like, you know, and a question like this, it's like, am I adopted? Like, what does this mean? I'm gonna say on a nat 20, You are our daughter. And what I think you're asking is, I hate using this term, but who sired you? I know that it is strange because we never told you. But above any truth that we have fostered, sought, shared, you are our daughter.
I have no doubt in that.
And I, before these last few weeks, didn't know how to tell you other than that you are a miracle. You have to understand, before there was magic here, there was no way to put into words how you came to be. We did not find you. You were not left somewhere. There was no package on a church doorstep. Lady Dinah at one point tried to claim you. You might remember the article. We went on a smear campaign trying to get her thrown out. Your friend, your gunner, was it? He
Yes.
came by a couple days ago to speak on who Kashtai is. Nortia, I know it is cheesy and seems a little preposterous, but your father and I never knew we would be able to find family the way that we have. And on the days after we were married, we returned from Maldeo. There was a morning where I don't know her form necessarily, but she explained to us that literally we are your parents. And your other dad chimes in. When you dream of having a child, apparently you can do so enough to where the rules don't apply. You are ours. Completely. And from what Gunnar has told us of Kashtai, in the realm that he is from, is a goddess. And you know that your father and I don't contain magic in the same way. Well, I guess that's not completely true. All magic was you. And that is why you are a familiar face. And that is why Gunnar was rather confused when he first met you.
Nordia is also sobbing. She smiles and she says, I never asked before because I did not need an answer. But knowing that the answer is I was made out of the magic of two people loving each other so much that they wanted something to tie them together forever. That is all I need.
He puts his hand, Mikhail stands above and behind with his hand on his shoulder. They take a moment, just palm in palm, looking at each other. as sure as it was that you are ours, we have told your big friend out there that if any ill comes to you, we will track him down. And I know that our studies have taken up most of our time lately, but we are very capable, and he will stand no chance.
I have no doubt. I believe if any harm comes to me, he will not be left standing for you to deal with.
There's these moments of just relief and closure, but like as the sun starts to set, Gunnar comes back in, shakes both of their hands. There's a couple, make sure she comes back safe. Oh yes, of course, yes, of course. Like some disgruntled, like not in a way that they would stop you from going, but there's a moment where both of them have like they're not sure, but they realize that you are capable. And as you and Gunnar leave, they stand in the doorway until you round the corner, basically just watching you as you leave.
As she walks away next to Gunnar, she kind of turns and looks back at them, and then turns and looks at him and says, "Someday, I wish to have magic that strong."
I am sure you will. And he offers his elbow as like a.
Nordia takes it.
The two of you head towards the meeting point, and Yara, I know I said I was going to get to yours, but before I do that, Dianthus, I need you to give me a survival check.
Sure thing. I think I'm good at that. 12.
12. I will say, Dianthus, at the end of your kind of 6-month voyage, you, Cal, Dinah, Phineas, and Donna make it through, and as the group is getting together, because again, time is weird in this situation, your group of 5 makes it to, it's kind of like a coliseum. It's pillars of trees that don't have canopy, with seats and runes and cobblestone, but you're standing yards away to like kind of scope everything out, but you realize that you have made it to the breadth of the heavens. It is surrounded by a elemental energy, just spirits and ghosts of some sort, but not of undead, of fire and wind and water and lightning and all of these materials, organic but also primordial, surround and envelop this coliseum.
Before we approach it,
Uh-huh.
don't freak out. I'm gonna turn to Dinah,
Mhm.
take out whatever blade I have, and I'm going to pin her to the nearest tree we have to hold it to her neck.
Okay.
I am going to tell you 2 things, and I want you to listen very carefully because I will not repeat myself. The first one. Why did you pull me out of that fucking fire?
Dianthus, you have always been quick to murder, at least in my experience. You will remember I was the one, all those years ago, that brought you back. Old habits die hard.
If you want me dead now, why'd you wait so long to do anything about it?
Why would I want you dead?
You wanted to send me here.
And are you dead? If my ears don't deceive me, I think I hear a little heartbeat from you.
I'm sure that will change when we get home.
And that's not my fault. I am human. You blame me for the plights of whatever god you serve.
All right, then I will tell you to do something that is in your power. When we get home, you will wipe Yarrow's slate clean, because the man that he murdered is standing right behind me. You will wipe his slate clean. He will be a free man again. And it will come from your mouth. Undeniable. And if you deny that to me now, I do not need you. I will slit your throat here.
Give me an
I am
insight
quick to
check.
murder.
Give me an insight check.
24.
There's a moment where you think that she's going to lie to you and just agree. And then she kind of changes her mind, like self-preservation. Well, all I can say, in the eyes of the church, Maldeo, and those who I hold authority over, I will not go for Yara. But even though the murder didn't necessarily happen of a clergyman, the court of men may not agree. I will say though, if Phineas returns and resolves their issues with Yarrow, whatever they were, I'm sure it'll be fine. But it's not me you'll have to convince.
And I use you to convince.
It wouldn't be the first time.
Then you get to keep your neck until I no longer have use for you.
Very well.
I will take a step back and I'll actually, you know what? I'll cut her loose because we're here.
Okay.
So.
As you do that, there's a moment of, she kind of like looks towards the trees, shakes her head, looks back to you. This is probably a good time to bring up that the jump only works if both sides of, I guess you can call it a portal, a gateway. Both sides have to be open. So we are probably going to have to hold this until whoever it is that you are hoping helps you figures it out on their end.
How do we hold it?
The same way that you have been for the past 6 months, 100 years. I assume you're going to have to fight a couple things.
I'm going to turn around to look at Cal. And I'm not going to say anything. I'm going to tap my head. I want a mind link with him right now. I don't want anyone to hear.
I would say at this point there's a unspoken bond between the two of you that kind of,
You don't say. Yeah.
What is it, Dianthus?
This is dangerous. This could get deadly. And you're not subtle, but I am thick in the head, so if you want something, use your words. Before we go in there.
Dianthus, are you worried for me?
You give me reason to be worried.
I am quite capable, and I ask nothing of you. You are my friend, and I would be remiss to not tell you I hope that we don't die.
I won't.
But hey, we both died before. It's not the end of the world. As this happens, Dianthus, you hear commotion in the forest around you. As Donna elevates and grabs her spear, Phineas has both of his hands start to glow with the magic that he uses. Dinah is kind of in the middle of y'all because she doesn't have anything to defend herself with.
Yeah. Good luck, bitch.
But the start of your next session, we're going to have to probably, depending on how it goes, roll for a little initiative because there's some stuff that's about to go down. For those of y'all at home, we might do a solo session in between.
Yes.
Where we resolve this, but if we don't, it'll be at the next stream.
Yeah.
That being said,
the last thing I'd like to do before the cut, I'm gonna walk over, I'm gonna kiss him. Brief, very quick. Don't die. And we're gonna get in position to fight.
Hey, yo, okay.
What?
You know, just we might die. We might die, kiss.
I'm like, I feel like, you know what? Give me a performance check.
Sure thing. 19 minus 1 is an 18. That is the best charisma thing I've ever done.
That's so funny. There's a moment where like everyone kind of like stops. Interesting. He not like pulls away, but like he kind of like takes a step back and is just like, well, that was rather unexpected. Don't let me die. As you realize though, when this happened, there was a surge of magic, and you and Cal and Donna each have your wings back. And that is where we're going to cut from Dianthus to Yarrow. I'm going to say...
Can't be normal after that.
I was like, whoa, what the heck? Your check, and I mentioned to you that you felt as if you were being followed today.
Yeah.
And in a literal sense, you were, meaning Zehan was following you, collecting materials, talking, doubling up on some of the people that you were trying to discuss. But the role that I had you roll earlier is because, Yarrow, you had this feeling all day of eyes of some sort of hunt that was going on. As you are the first person to get to the meeting point on the edge of town, you get, with your roll, I'm going to say you aren't surprised like mechanically, but you are surprised to see a group of cultists appear. The same groups that have been in the background of your heist and your battle with Bianca, and in different times throughout the city, there's dark mages and gruesome weapons, as they are not immediately attacking you, but you find yourself surrounded.
Uh-oh.
And I will say, the next session that we open up with will be resolving what happens here. Dianthus is holding their ground on Valea. Yarrow is surrounded. Nordia is returning from your conversation with your dads, but you are close to where Yarrow is. You're on your way. Lady M is also on your way. At this point, it's kind of one of those things where it's like this entire episode was rising action, as far as stuff's about to go down, and stuff's about to go down. So that's going to be it for this week's episode. Thank you all, strangers and friends, for joining us.
All I gotta say is I did not expect that to be the first kiss of this stream. That is not the pairing that I thought was gonna kiss.